Alright, got this in the mail from the Gooloo folks. And they offered for me to try this thing out, so I'm gonna. I tested one a while back from another company that worked real good, and I expect this one will do the same. I think this one might be a little bit bigger. But it's supposed to do all gas engines available or up to a 10-liter diesel. These things are kind of amazing what they'll do. But let me get this one out of the box. We'll have a look at it. I'll probably need to charge it up before we test anything. And then I gotta find something with a dead battery around here. Bound to be something, wouldn't you think? Comes in a nice carrying case. It's got all the charging apparatuses and the jumper cables there. Those must be the instructions. And I'm gonna have to turn the camera off and do this with both hands. There it is. This one's, I think, twice as big as the last one I tested. And it says right there, caution, fully charged before use. So that's what I'm gonna do. These things work great on fuel injected vehicles. They're not quite so handy on carbureted, because quite often you gotta crank them longer to get them to start, or a fuel injected vehicle fire right up. They need to fire right up with these things because it's a short burst. It's amazing what it does, but it doesn't go on forever. So if you got an old big block Chevy with a quadrajet and she ain't been started in 6 months and the battery's dead, this probably won't do it. But if you got an old Chevy truck with fuel injection and it'll fire off and the battery's dead, it'll light it right up. Alright, best I can tell, it's all charged up. The lights went out. So I got an old 55 Chevy truck out back there. It ain't running a few months. I might go back and see if the battery's dead, and if that'll jump it off. Alright, we're gonna see if this old girl will run. It ain't running, I don't know when. Pretty good while. I brought the Gooloo jump starter with me in case if the battery's dead. Hope it ain't, but let's see. I don't know why she's still got a skeleton hanging in there. It's way past Halloween. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens here. Sounding pretty dead. Alright, let's raise the hood and get our little jump starter hooked up. Now, those things work great on fuel injected vehicles, but this is a carbureted one. So a lot of times you gotta crank them a little bit to get fuel in the carburetor, but let's see what happens. This one usually starts pretty good. It's pretty simple. You just plug the jumper cables in where it says jumper cable. As soon as you do that, it turns itself on. This one has a little button on the side. Right there, you push to make it boost. I kinda wish it was a bigger button, because I got big fingers, you know. Alright. It says we got the connection hooked up correctly. And now let's hit the boost. You heard it, I heard it do something, but it didn't really give any indication. Sometimes they have a little red light, but that one don't have. Anyway, let's see what happens. Look at that, spins right over. And see, it was, that's all it would do. Now it's going again. That one did better on a carbureted vehicle than other ones I've used. I'm pretty impressed. Alright, let's unhook that. And it's still fully charged. according to that. That's kind of amazing. And then just fold it up neatly right back in there. Zip it up. Hard to do one-handed, but I might get it done. That one because it reset itself. The other ones I've had, you got to get back out and hit the button again, but that worked pretty good. Seriously, I'm pretty impressed with that thing. Usually they're not too handy on carbureted vehicles. You got to crank a little bit to get fuel up in the carburetor, but now that truck starts pretty easy, but that worked good. That worked real good. And not completely discharged after. I'll put a link in the description where you can get it, and it's supposed to start up to a 10-liter diesel. That's a pretty big diesel. That's tractor trailer range. Or any gas engine.